Good morning and happy Money Making Monday. CJ Curry here. I'm back with another Prize Picks video. Our last 4 Prize Picks videos, we've went 10-0. We're on a fantastic run. I hope we can keep it going today with the 2 picks that I have queued up for you on the Prize Picks board. If you're new here, guys, hit the subscribe button for me. We're on our way to 23,000 subs. I'd love for you to be a part of this sports betting journey. I document everything that I pick and play each and every day right here on this YouTube channel. And if you choose to tail, that's up to you. If not, no hard feelings, but I appreciate all the love and support. Speaking of love and support, let's set today's light goal of 150 or more, meaning the line's gonna be at 149.5 likes. I'm depending on you. I'm depending on you to hit that like button at least 150 times, all right? Appreciate each and every one of you. All right. If you're not playing on PrizePicks yet, guys, it's a great time to get signed up. PrizePicks is still doing a 100% instant deposit match. Your first deposit of up to $100 is matched instantly. So for every dollar that you're putting in, they're putting in $1. So you're gonna get some free money to play with. Promo credits here on PrizePicks on your first deposit. Use code Curry or use the special link. I've left it for you down in the description of today's video. It's PrizePicks. It's daily fantasy made easy. All right, starting off here with Rudy Gobert. He's taking on the Portland Trail Blazers. He's at 28.5 points and rebounds, and this looks like it might be just a touch too high. But let's go take a look at the Daily Grind Fantasy Optimizer and see which way we should be playing this prop. Well, you can see they're at 28.5 points and rebounds. We've got about a 53.3% chance of Gobert going under 28.5 points and rebounds. So we need 28 or fewer PR out of the Stifle Tower. You can see that most sports books have Gobert at 27.5 points and rebounds. And so PrizePicks having him at 28.5, like I said, seems like it's a little bit too high. If the lines makers on these sports books have him set at 27.5 points and rebounds, they think that he's going to land on either 27 or 28 points and rebounds, right? Because they try to set these props to a 50-50 line as close as humanly possible. And so at 28.5 points and rebounds, that is just a little bit higher than probably where he should be at. So now that we know that it is a plus EV play for the under, we're going to go take a look and see some of these game logs for Rudy Gobert this season. He's done a decent job of staying under for the most part this season. At 28.5 points and rebounds, he stayed under in about 68% of the games in which he's appeared. 19 out of 59 games, he has actually went over. So that's not a very high hit rate for the over. 26.4 points and rebounds per game on average. So that's why we're thinking about taking the under here. Now, I was looking at some other more detailed analysis on this. You can look at games in which the Minnesota Timberwolves have won by 10 or more points. His hit rate's 35%. He's only gone over in 8 out of the 23 games. So you flip that over, that's about a 65% hit rate for him staying under 28.5 points and rebounds. And there's another factor that I like to look at too. It's the back-to-back situation. 0 days rest, in other words. And Gobert is on a back-to-back according to props.cash here. And you can see that the games in which he's played back-to-backs, his numbers tend to dwindle. They go down. He's only gone over 1 time in back-to-back situations this season, and it was against Portland. So he has had some success against the Portland Trail Blazers this season. He had 31 points and rebounds against the Blazers. So despite the fact that they probably beat the Blazers handedly, he did end up going over his line of 28.5 points and rebounds. But still, I think I'm liking the under here based on the fact that historically speaking, he does tend to go under more often than not. Here's a head-to-head glimpse of what he's done against Portland. Now, a lot of these games are from the past. We'll just look at the games over here on the right-hand side. He's had 41, 31, and 23 against Portland in their 3 previous matchups. So he's gone over against Portland in 2 out of 3. So there's a little bit of risk involved here when you're considering the head-to-head matchups. But we're riding with the data here. We're riding with the projections. And speaking of projections, we're going to go over here to PrizePicks projection tool over on RotoWire. Now, RotoWire, they say lean toward the under on Rudy Gobert, or toward the less in this case. They got it projected for 29.7 PR, but I looked at some other projections on some other sites We're going to look at Fantasy Labs. Gobert sitting at about 26.5 points and rebounds on Fantasy Labs. So they like him to go under or stay under 28.5 PR tonight. And then I was also looking at EV Analytics. EV Analytics has him at 26.6 points and rebounds. So 2 out of 3 projection models have Gobert going under. Well, if you're going to play this, make sure you play it responsibly. Use proper bankroll management. Risk about 1% of any type of entry or pick that you put in. But for me, I think I would be leaning toward the under on Rudy Gobert, just riding with the projections, riding with the hit rates. And so that would be your first option. Second option, Mikal Bridges of the Brooklyn Nets. He is sitting at 27.5 points and assists, taking on the Memphis Grizzlies. Now, here's what I'll tell you. Mikal Bridges' points, it was sitting at 23.5. It's already been bumped down to 23. So they've already bumped his points down, but they've yet to bump his points and assists down. So we are getting some value here at 27.5 points and assists. So we're thinking about taking the under. If we go over here and take a look at where he's at on the Daily Grind Fantasy Optimizer. And by the way, if you want access to these tools on Daily Grind, I got a 25% off code on your first month waiting for you down in the description of the video. Use code Curry and you guys will save yourself some cash. But this tool right here, total game changer. It's a must-have if you're playing on PrizePicks or any sites similar to PrizePicks like Underdog, etc. But 27.5 points and assists. You got about a 53.2% chance that Bridges is going to stay under this number. FanDuel's already got him at 26.5 again, meaning their lines makers think 26 to 27 points and assists is a possible outcome here for Bridges in this matchup. Now, both 26 and 27 is obviously less than 27.5 points and assists. And so we are getting value, and that's the name of the game. How you win long term is finding discrepancies in the PrizePicks lines versus these sportsbook lines. And here we have a 1-point differential between FanDuel, between Bet365, and some of these other sports books. So don't be surprised if he gets bumped down to 27 or maybe even 26.5 points and assists before the game tips off. Now, looking at the game logs here for Mikal Bridges at 27.5 points and assists, you can see that he's only hitting at a 30% clip, meaning he's only going over in 30% of the games in which he plays, meaning 70% of the time he has stayed under 27.5 points and assists. Yes, he did pop off in his last game against the Atlanta Hawks, but that was a totally different team, totally different game situation. This game total is really low, plus Brooklyn is favored to win by nearly 10 points. And so I think you're going to have a slower pace, slower tempo style game here, and that does not bode well for taking too many overs. So maybe Mikal Bridges is coming in a little bit too high at 27.5 points and assists. But you can see again, 24.9 points plus assists per game on average. So the hit rates have not been very good, especially when you look at more recent samples. Last 15 games that he's played, he's gone under in about 67% of the games. So for every 3 games that he plays, he goes under in 2 out of 3 games. And the fact that he's coming off such a big game, maybe he reverts back to going under now that he's kind of popped off, like I said, against the Atlanta Hawks. So things looking pretty good here for Mikal Bridges going under. If you take a look at the last matchup, the only matchup that he's had against the Memphis Grizzlies, he only had 13 points and assists back on February 26th at Memphis. So he did not play very well against the Grizzlies in that particular matchup. We're hoping for more of the same. We're looking to take the under on Mikal Bridges tonight. All right. Let's get you some projections here on Mikal Bridges. We saw that the Gobert projections had him going under on 2 out of 3 sites. Well, what about Bridges here at 27.5 points and assists? Using the RotoWire tool, and you can get your hands on this RotoWire tool if you want to dig into it more. I've got a all-access 2-day pass down in the description of today's video. No credit card required. You guys can take this RotoWire PrizePicks dashboard for a spin. It's fantastic. 25.2 is the projection, though, for the points and assists. So he's projected for more than 2 points and assists fewer on the RotoWire projection tool. We'll run it through a couple of these other projection models because each model is a little bit different. Each site that you use is just going to be a little different. Each model, equates for different things. So 25.2 points and assists on this one, which is Fantasy Labs, Action Labs, and then we'll also check EV Analytics, just like we did for Gobert. We'll get you 3 different projections and see how he shapes up here on EV Analytics. They've got him all the way down at about 25 points and assists. Again, 27.5 just seems way too high according to these different projection models, the hit rates, etc. So for me, Mikal Bridges would be an under option, just as Rudy Gobert was. So what do you guys think? Are you going to be 2-pick power playing these? You're going to be adding these into a 5-pick flex, a 6-pick flex, going for 10x, 25x your money? Let me know down in the comments section below what you think about these picks. If you've got any other picks that you've got your eye on, drop them down below for the PrizePicks community. We want to know what you're playing. Maybe somebody sees those picks and they tail and win. It could be because of you and your expertise. Anyways, guys, I appreciate you joining me. We'll catch you in the very next video. Good luck today, and we'll see you in the next one.